Oftentimes as creators, we struggle to find ideas. Our minds go blank. We sit down, we get started, and then nothing. I mean, maybe all you have is just bad ideas. But ultimately you go, man, I can't do anything with this. Here's what I always have to remind myself to do when I'm in that situation. And how I take bad ideas and turn them into great ones. And how I use this approach to get my personal project, Piano Black, out of creative purgatory. Let's get started. So this is first episode of 2023, right? I know it's been a minute, but we're here, we're fine. Just, life. Life took over for a minute. But I'm back in somewhat of a schedule, one step at a time, right? Slightly different background, a little bit this time. I say slightly, even though it's a whole different background, but it's a work in progress. Like, you can probably already tell, like, I have my paint stuff right there. I'm testing out paint colors, so I'm gonna add some shelving and stuff like that to make it look nice. So tried to hide it, but then I realized, you know what, why not? Because that kind of fits the theme of the show. You're gonna see a little bit of some work in progress. You're gonna see a little bit of the behind the scenes, right? But I was like, it's been a while since I made an episode. I gotta make one, right? I have to make one. I gotta stay consistent, right? It's better to do it now than when it's perfect, because I could have waited till I had like the perfect backdrop and all that and the perfect lighting and all that stuff. But no, I'm gonna do it now. So anyway, that's kind of the point of the show. Remember, it's like, show us supposed to combat perfectionism. So I'm not gonna worry about it. You know what I mean? All right. Coming up with ideas rapidly. It's hard. It's hard to be like, especially when you have to come up with ideas anyway. Having a little bit of writer's block, a little bit of creative block. And you sit there and you go, man, all I have is just like, that's not a good idea. Oh, that's not a good idea. Oh, that won't work. You kind of shoot things down as it comes and not really actually examining them and trying to find like the gold nuggets inside of those ideas. So when I'm in that situation, setting a timer for like a period of time, like 30 minutes, and basically just make that 30 minutes your opportunity to come up with any idea, no matter how bad or good or whatever it is. Just start writing stuff down. And you got 30 minutes to come out with something, with anything. It doesn't matter how perfect it is. You gotta have something written down or something out on the canvas, and let all the bad ideas come out first. It's like it's kind of like a tap, like a water faucet that's been clogged a little bit, and then when you turn on the faucet, a bunch of brown sludge comes out at first, but then after a minute or so, clear water comes out, right? Clear tap water comes out. Now you can actually use it, brush your teeth or whatever. Right? Though you should probably get your pipes fixed if you're in that situation. You should probably look into that. But I don't know. Anyway, if you replace water with creativity, it's almost kind of like the same situation where you gotta sometimes just let the brown sludge come out first. It's gonna come out regardless of what you're gonna do. But unless you're like super duper inspired, like you have that hit of motivation, that hit of, wow, okay, I know exactly what I want to do. Those times are actually great. Those are rare. At least for me, those are rare. But on regular, normal, plain days, when I have to come up with an idea, when I don't feel creative, that's when I have to remind myself about that. So, but you know what? Much like water, you can filter it, right? You can realize that in bad ideas, there's good ones. There's little gold nuggets in them. You can take that brown sludge and put it through a charcoal filter, and now you got fresh, drinkable water, right? You got to figure out that filter. And what is that filter? That's, I think, doing things in passes, just like an actual filter, I guess. Like, there is really one layer at a time. Yeah. Let's just say I only have a short amount of time to come up with an idea for a video, right? Instead of trying to sit in there thinking, trying to come up with the best first video on the first shot without even writing anything down, not even taking any notes, just being able to straight up be like, oh, I know exactly what to do, and you write up the whole script and don't have to make any edits or changes, right? The better way of doing it in a way that is more, while it may not feel as good in the beginning, you're gonna come out way better, which is set your 30-minute timer, write down whatever idea comes to your mind, like literally, like just whatever, the first thing that appears in your mind, write it down. All right, and then write down the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. After a while, you have something. You have somewhat of a complete thing. It's not great, but you got something. Okay, now you look at it again, go back to the top, and you go, okay, well, maybe that idea wouldn't work. Okay, oh, well, okay, that is interesting, but maybe that could be better later on in the video, et cetera, et cetera. You start to kind of rearrange the pieces and start to kind of reimagine things and think about things in a different way. You're doing it in passes. You're improving it a little bit at a time versus making huge jumps. Like after that 30 minutes is over, what you came up with is nothing like what you started with, right? And you end up realizing like, wow, okay, you know what? This actually isn't too bad. The story will start to write itself. And all that literally just came from just simply taking the time to improve it in passes, putting it through the filter for a second, and letting the fresh water come out. And as you're doing this, like, you start to feel pretty good, Visuals start popping up into your head. You have to bookmark those ideas, right? AKA draw them. One of my favorite things to do in order to remember, like, hey, okay, you have these ideas, but it's best to kind of like, even if it's like such a crude thing, like it's not even like a complete idea yet, just draw them out on a notebook or on a piece of paper or whatever. Because the thing about writing stuff down, at least for me, is that it's hard to kind of communicate that just from words. Like it gets hard to kind of say, oh, here's what I'm thinking of, and people do not understand what you're saying, or like, oh, you mean like this, and then they have a whole different idea of the same word you just said. The same words can mean totally different things to different people, right? So like the best way to kind of bring that back together and then keep everyone kind of on the same page is to write on a page. Immediately what I do after I'm done with the concepting stage, after I'm done going through the brown sludge, going through the dirt and finding the gold nuggets, is drawing stuff down on a piece of paper. And it doesn't really matter what you use. It could be regular physical pen and paper. It could be Photoshop on a whiteboard. It could be, it could be on FigJam or on Miro or on whatever tool you use to communicate your ideas, whatever is the best tool that's closest to you, and you don't have to be good at drawing either in order to communicate those ideas. You just need to kind of bookmark them just enough to be able to go, okay, this is how it would look like. For example, I'm going to pull out rebooting, for example. Like for the people watching the video version, if you look at my style frames, you see the progression. It's probably one of the worst things I drew yet compared to the final style frame to the final product. It's like night and day. And that's because that you just need something in order to remember the composition of the piece. You don't need to be a whole artist. You don't need to know how to actually draw. You just need to know how to get the basic shapes across and communicate that to other people and to yourself. And you may not pick up that idea again until like weeks or maybe even months later, like how I did. So how did I approach this with Piano Black? We noticed that it's been a few months since the last episode, and it's actually been a while since the last like update for this project. A number of reasons why, but keep it short. New year, busy months, I didn't really make enough time for it. At some point, I was like, okay, you know what? This needs to stop. Like, let's just keep it simple. I first started off as, okay, let's try and do it 1 hour every day. And then let's do 30 minutes every day. But sometimes I ended up landing on, okay, let's just do it 10 minutes minimum a day. Let's work on this project 10 minutes at a time every day minimum, right? It can be more than that if I have time, but 10 minutes, right? With that in mind, all I need to do is set a 10-minute timer or however long timer that I need to with the amount of time that I have, and then give myself one goal. Come up with the idea no matter what, no matter how bad of an idea it is, just come up with something. So then I come up with a very short, very simple concept for this tie sequence for this personal project. And at first it wasn't the best, there's so many inconsistencies with it. Like I wasn't sure like how is this related to what I'm trying to do? Because I want to do like visual metaphors with this, and I want to start actually like kind of tell a story in the background as the tie sequence is happening. But it didn't matter. So, what I did was I just played some music and imagined what that music would look like in my head and just wrote down what I first saw, right? No matter how off the wall or inconsistent it is, I wrote it down and I made a script out of those ideas. And then after that, it's like, okay, this isn't great. But then I was like, okay, I'm going to improve on it a little bit at a time, right? Just like what I said before. I brought ideas from previous notes that I made, even like a couple years prior, all the way back to when I first had this idea from the project, stuff like that. Like to kind of call back on the previous episode, it's like I'm using different bits and pieces to kind of make something that actually works. But the only way to do that is just be okay with the fact that you may just have bits and pieces. And then after that, I was like, okay, this is actually starting to get pretty all right. You start to have like favorite scenes that you definitely do, you definitely want to do. And then when visions start popping up in my head and like, okay, I know how this will look like, that's when I start drawing things down. And, this is how I ended up drawing the storyboard that I made, that I posted today. That's, in essence, that's how I applied what I just said into reality, right? It's like I started small. I sifted through the brown sludge and I found the gold nuggets, right? But I was okay with, sometimes it's okay to get dirty. Not again. I don't know. Conclusion. It's okay to force out an idea, even if it's bad, because if you're truly passionate about it, you will improve it anyway. It's gonna come out better than it was in the beginning because you simply care about it enough to be like, I want this to be better. Don't worry about the destination when you know you will get there. Like be kind of confident in yourself that you can come up with a good idea. You just have to know that it might be a rough journey in the beginning, but just know that at some point you are going to climb that mountain. You are going to get to the top and figure something out, figure out a good idea. You just got to remember that it just takes time, but at some point you are going to get there. You are going to get to that point. You just got to be patient. And you don't have to be an amazing artist to draw storyboards, right? Like I don't know how to draw. I never really learned how to. Well, I kind of do know how to draw in the technical sense. I don't know the actual like technique. I don't have technique, right? That's okay. You don't need technique. All you need is just a way to get the idea across and bookmark it in your mind. And regarding Piano Black, it looks like I made decent progress, even though there's a huge gap in between when I finally figured out to kind of hone back on to my perfectionism episode. I just gotta start, no matter how small it is. Just go ahead and just set that timer and just come up with bad ideas, because it's gonna be all right. So, but I made good progress. I'm now done with the concepting stage. We can check that off, right? And now we just in the storyboarding stage. So that's just me trying to figure out, okay, what sequences and what visual metaphors and what sort of ways, like what cool, shots and beautiful moments that I can do in this animation. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. So hopefully in the next episode I can talk more about, at least for the video watchers out there, I can show you all full storyboard with the whole kind of like end-to-end thing fully laid out. And then I can kind of like walk you through it, But anyway, all right, well, great. If you have any questions or feedback, feel free to send me a DM on Twitter and Instagram. Check out my website at Imsety.com. Links are in the description. If you found value in this episode, I appreciate it if you leave a review, or like and subscribe if you're watching the video version. And feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any insights or questions. All right. Thanks.